This is Leon Rose's master plan. He is pushing the Knicks to make a trade. Why? Because he wants the Knicks to regain draft assets to make a future blockbuster trade. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. This episode is presented by FanDuel. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new content. And now, let's get started. Leon Rose is pushing to make a trade. A trade is coming, and now I see the vision clearly. Leon Rose is setting up the Knicks for future today and in the future. That's why he's pushing for a trade. Because to get the players you want, you need draft assets. Shout out to NBA insider Steve Popper with Newsday for giving us this following information. According to him, if the Knicks decide that another major move is necessary to break a championship drought that has grown to more than 50 plus years, it also gives them time to try to accumulate the assets necessary to swing a deal for one of the top 5 players in the NBA. He's speaking about Giannis Antetokounmpo. He continues by stating, a hint of the Knicks' interest could come soon though. League sources indicate that the Knicks are hopeful of making deals to restock the draft assets, which likely would be required if the Bucks decide to move on from Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Knicks want to trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo once he becomes available. In order for them to make that move, they're going to need draft assets. As of right now, they have about a year to build up those draft assets in order to trade for Giannis. NBA insider with Newsday, Steve Popper, continues here by stating, the reality is that it's probably a year away, the Knicks trading for Giannis, from a possible decision, and that's a good thing for all involved. I wouldn't rule anything out because the Knicks already have made 2 major moves as they seem set on an upward trajectory, swinging the trade for Karl Anthony Towns a year ago and then firing Tom Thibodeau days after last season ended in the Eastern Conference Finals. But Antetokounmpo pushing the decision to the future gives the Bucks a chance to prove to him that it's worth staying in Milwaukee. It also gives the Knicks a chance to see how this latest incarnation of their roster works with their new coach, Mike Brown. So we know the Knicks will make a trade. We know why the Knicks will make a trade. And now we know when the Knicks will make a trade. Likely in the summer of 2026. I've dubbed that summer the summer of Giannis. What we don't know is what players the Knicks are going to trade to make these deals to get that draft compensation. Based on new reporting, it looks like the Knicks will be making these trades at different points. NBA insider Steve Popper continues here by stating, that matches up with the Knicks' interest in moving one of their contracts to free up space to keep 2 veterans in camp on non-guaranteed contracts, with Malcolm Brogdon, Landry Shamet, and Garrison Matthews competing for those spots. The Knicks could move Pacome Dadiet or Tyler Kolek and free up the space under the second apron. But if they really want to get assets back, they would need to move a player of the caliber of Deuce McBride. Something very interesting to mention right here. I mentioned earlier that the Knicks are likely going to make trades at different points. They're going to make trades before the season in order to add 2 veteran players to this roster. The likely 2 veterans they're going to add to this team is Malcolm Brogdon and Landry Shamet. And the most likely trade they're going to make is moving Pacome Dadiet. Why? Pacome Dadiet, out of all of the young Knicks players, has the most value to other teams around the NBA. And what does that mean for the New York Knicks? That means if they trade him, they can get more draft picks back. Exactly what they want anyways. So that's why they're likely going to trade Pacome Dadiet. That's the first trade the New York Knicks are likely going to make. But as you heard, in order for New York to get even more draft assets, they're likely going to have to trade some players that many New York Knicks fans would not want New York to trade right now. Moving a valuable player in McBride, who is in the middle of a bargain contract, might not make sense to the championship aspirations this season, but it could make sense if the Knicks are more interested in draft capital than fitting a veteran into the back end of the roster right now. Mitchell Robinson fits in this category too, entering the final season of a 4-year deal with a cap hit of $12.9 million. The front office rarely has allowed itself to lose a useful piece without bringing something back in return. And it can't be blamed for wanting to see Robinson go through a season healthy before committing to him regarding a contract extension. But with Karl Anthony Towns, Gerson Yabusele, and Ariel Hukporti, they have enough depth at the center position to make up for moving the rebounding and defensive presence of Mitchell Robinson. So while any pursuit of Giannis Antetokounmpo might be a year away, hints of the Knicks' intentions could come very soon in terms of them making a trade. The unfortunate news, something that many Knicks fans just don't want to talk about, is that we cannot keep every single player on this team. I would love it if we could keep Mitchell Robinson for the rest of his career, Deuce McBride for the rest of his career. But the honest truth is, each and every single year, if these players have a career year, or they get better, or they're entering a contract year, like Mitchell Robinson, and they have a great year, they're going to want to be paid adequately. And the New York Knicks, at this point in time, can only pay so many people, can only have so many players. At some point in time, whether it be right now, at the end of this season, in 2 years, whatever the case may be, New York will have to make roster decisions because they cannot pay everybody else. But let me ease some concerns here. For this season, the New York Knicks, they're likely going to trade one of the young Knicks players before the season starts. That's either going to be Pacome Dadiet or Tyler Kolek. Pacome Dadiet is likely going to be the player moved. After that, we don't really have to worry about a trade unless the Milwaukee Bucks are so horrible this season, worse than anybody could have predicted. If that happens, then come the trade deadline, maybe we'll have something to talk about. But if that is not the case, then it's likely a Giannis trade happens a year from now. And in a year, the Knicks will understand more about this roster. At that point, they'll understand exactly what they need. Shout out to Knicks Film School on the app X for giving us this following information. This comes straight from NBA insider and Knicks insider Ian Bagley, who gives us the following information on Deuce McBride trade speculation and his future with the Knicks. According to him, Miles McBride, he's got high, very high value. Teams are waiting for the Knicks to really make him available in a serious way. That hasn't happened as of this last week. And honestly, guys, I don't see it happening at all. Mike Brown, he loves Deuce McBride. And this year, under Mike Brown, I predict that Miles McBride will have a breakout season. And if he does that next year, when he's in a contract year, his value will be probably the highest it's been in his entire career. And maybe at that point, the Knicks will want to maximize trading him. But right now, a Deuce McBride trade, it is not going to happen. The organization, from top to bottom, they love him. Now, that brings me to Mitchell Robinson. The New York Knicks, as a franchise, top to bottom as well, they love Mitchell Robinson probably as much as they love Deuce McBride. But here's the thing. The contract, the money, the extension. The Knicks likely want to keep Mitchell Robinson for the rest of his career. But Mitchell Robinson also wants to get paid. And if he wants to get paid really want to get paid another big contract, that might not happen with the Knicks. But if you know the Knicks, if they can't pay you and they know they have no chance of extending you, like we've seen in the past, if they can't retain you, they're going to trade you and move you for something. Another player, assets, but something is coming back. And Ian Begley, he essentially said the exact same thing when reporting on Mitchell Robinson and his future with the team. Shout out to Knicks Film School once again for giving us this following information. And once again, guys, if you're not following them, please make sure you do. They're on social media. They're on YouTube. Make sure you give them a follow. It's absolutely free to support them and everything that they do. But continuing here, Ian Begley said the following on Mitchell Robinson's future and potential contract extension with the Knicks. According to him, everybody I've spoken with in and around the team has talked about how good he's looked. The excitement level when you have a healthy Mitchell Robinson. What that means for extension conversations, I don't know. I just know how it played out last time. Sometimes history repeats itself. What he means by that, or at least what I believe he means by that, is the Julius Randle situation. I believe the Knicks, to some extent, wanted to keep Julius Randle on this team. However, they also understood that Randle wanted to get paid. And when they found out that it was basically something that they would not be able to offer him, or maybe something they didn't want to offer him, they made the trade anyways because they knew there was not going to be any chance that the Knicks were going to be able to retain Julius Randle. So they made the only decision they thought possible. They traded him. And if the same thing comes down to it with Mitchell Robinson, the same decision will happen there too, and the Knicks will trade Mitchell Robinson as well. I don't want that to happen. A lot of you guys don't want that to happen. But New York has to make a decision. I said it before and I will say it again. We are in a new CBA, and the Knicks have to make roster decisions that affect the cap in different ways. And because of that, you cannot keep everybody and you cannot pay everybody. Some sacrifices have to be made if you want to keep the core roster in place. And if you ever wonder why the Knicks are looking to make a trade, it's because these odds that show the Knicks as one of the favorites to win the NBA Finals, those are the things that Leon Rose wants to keep going season after season after season. Shout out to channel sponsor FanDuel for giving us this latest information and these updated odds. As I said before, these are the odds on who's going to win the NBA Finals this year. OKC is on top at plus 210, then the Cavs at plus 650, the Nuggets at plus 750, the Knicks at plus 1100, the Lakers at plus 1500, and the Clippers at plus 1600. You can get all of this information and more by downloading the FanDuel app now. Remember, guys, FanDuel is the official sponsor of this channel. Whether the Knicks pull the trigger and ultimately make that trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo will depend on this season and how New York does. But clearly, they want to give themselves the opportunity to push for Giannis when and if he becomes available. This is Leon Rose's master plan, and without a doubt, we all can see it and understand it now. We see the vision. Make these different trades at different points in time. Build up the draft assets. And then, if you need to make a major blockbuster trade, you have everything you need at that point to pull the trigger, make that trade happen, and keep this Knicks team competitive for many, many years to come. I respect Leon Rose and this Knicks front office. I trust him and everything that he's doing now and will do in the future. But what about you guys? What do you think about Leon Rose pushing this Knicks team to make another trade? And why? Because he wants New York to restock their draft assets if and when Giannis Antetokounmpo becomes available once again. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.